I just did some deadlifts, and I haven't done deadlifts in like 6 months. I literally have not done deadlifts since going vegan, and I just did them, and it's making me feel really tired. And I feel like I literally, like my eyes are closing. They're hard to like stay awake. Honestly, I've been going to bed pretty early lately. But in this video, I want to talk about, well, you see the title, how to win with women. Now, I want to get specific though. I want to talk about specific things. There's a mindset shift that needs to happen with a lot of dudes. Um, it's not about winning with women. It's not about winning with women. All right. It's literally about loving your time and your experience with women, with the opposite sex. It's a dance. Now, that's from the very beginning to the very end to all situations. It's about having harmony with the opposite sex and gender. And I've been able to achieve this, like, to the point where I get no emotional fluctuations when me and a girl stop talking, or when a girl rejects me. I get no emotional, like, you know what I'm saying? I just love the process. And I think this comes from meditation. I think it comes from a lot of different things. But let me try to explain the mindset right now. So imagine you're a midget, right? Imagine you're literally 4'4", and maybe you think that you're not that good looking, like physically you're just not that good attractive looking, and you're a midget, right? Now, now imagine this midget getting laid and pulling girls, and making girls be like all over him and super into the midget. Now, what would have to happen for that midget to pull that off? Because I've seen it before. You might say, "Oh, he's like a rock star," or "Oh, that midget's like he's you know what I'm saying? Like he's a movie star or something." So that girl's all over him. Okay, but now take away that status and now try to picture it. How would he have to act in order for that to happen? He controls his state. That's what Wizard Trip says. Wizard Tips. He controls his state. Yes, yes, right? But what would his state be? What would his state specifically be? And how would it be like? Imagine this is an ugly midget, all right? No offense to ugly midgets, but he's pulling a freaking 5'6" beautiful blonde skinny girl. How is his state? What is he acting like? I'll tell you. He's literally acting like he's 6'4", 6'3", 6'2", amazing looking. He's acting as if she should be attracted to him. It's an assumption. And that right there, because girls like to follow a leader, well, feminine girls do, attractive girls do, yeah. And that might be, oh, a little bit politically incorrect. Well, listen, it depends on what you're into, right? It depends on what you're into, all right? I'm speaking for a majority of men, because I have spoken with the majority of men, all right? And men like women that are, feminine. You know what I'm saying? Sweet, kind, feminine. All right. Now, they also like hot bitches too, like girls that act bitchy, that are hot. But you know what I'm saying? There's a level. There's like a level that like most guys won't tolerate. Anyways, so he's acting as if he's the best looking guy in the world and that she should be attracted. And from that place, guys, now imagine you're me or you're you, right? I'm 5'7", 5'8", 130 pounds. Okay, that's not the tallest. You know what I'm saying? And I don't weigh the most that I could. You know what I mean? I have super skinny wrists, right? Bony. I'm super bony, right? And from that place, okay, from who I am, like, but I'm decent looking, but I'm not the best looking, right? I still act like an ugly midget that's getting laid. That's how I act. You understand? And then and then that from that place, that's cool and all. But from there, I don't care what happens. Do you understand? I literally go up in the interaction and I don't care what happens. The midget knows, yo, like I'm a short midget that literally like people look at and think I'm physically unattractive. So I literally don't care what they say to me. They could say I'm ugly. I know. You know what I'm saying? He knows. So he's not worried about rejection. That's how I go up. I'm not worried about rejection. But then further than that, in the relationship itself, I know that girl's not mine. I know that everything's temporary in this reality. So I never set myself up to fail. I just love them and I'm loving the moment and the moment we're sharing. And then from that place, they could never end up hating me. They could always end up loving me. And when we separate, we know that we are just going on our separate ways so we can experience different things, but we still have the deepest love for each other. And actually, we are soulmates. We literally like belong to each other, but we are free. We don't own and possess each other, and we basically share each other with the rest of the world. I'm not theirs, she's not mine. You know what I'm saying? It's just my turn, but it leaves an imprint on that person and their soul. And what happens is you end up having people that went out of your life come back in many, many, many times, and you never get into a bad breakup because there's no clinginess, there's no neediness. You're coming from a place of wholeness inside of yourself. See, okay, so where I'm at right now, guys, I don't care what the government does. I don't care what happens in life. I don't care what this girl says. I don't care what accidents happen. I don't care about any of that, all right? And it might have to do with meditation. It might have to do with urine therapy. It might have to do with breathing techniques. It might have to do with some of these things, right? You know, since I went vegan and I started drinking urine, since then I literally went from $0 to $50,000 in my bank account. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it's the end all be all, because lately I've been thinking about eating some meat again, like putting some in my diet just a little bit, right? Because it's easy to manifest, but at the same time, when you're drinking urine, guys, you don't even feel like you need to manifest. But you have zero fear, and you don't care what happens. It's weird, right? So there's a balance. There's a balance to find. But the main thing here is to let go. Like, the key is to let go, right? Like, letting go of this life. You make such a big deal out of money. I notice so many guys, like, they have so many blocks when it comes to money. Like, this rapper right over here, he might, like, he sees exactly how he can blow up, but he doesn't do it. He's like, oh, I'm like, yo, hey, here's how you do it. Contact this guy and get a shout out on his YouTube channel. He'll put your music video up there and you will blow up. And then he goes, well, I'm in contact with somebody else who did that, and I'm just seeing how they did it. No, dude, I'm giving you the direct access and permission, bro. Give yourself permission. But he wants to go through somebody else and see exactly how they set it all up. Well, bro, like, that's cool and all, but why would that person might not want you to succeed. As long as he pulls the trigger at some point, he'll be good, but he might not. And it's like, people talk about, oh, I got this much money or this much money, but like, you know, you can go out and learn to make more money. The only thing is, like, is it worth it to you to go and invest that time to learn to make that money, right? Is it worth it to you to go up and risk rejection and looking foolish in front of this girl, right? Or whatever, right? In front of all her friends or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, my stomach used to drop, or my heart used to drop into my stomach when I got rejected. Nowadays, I just laugh. I actually haven't been rejected in probably over a year. Like, I haven't even had a weird reaction from a girl in over a year. But I think since going vegan, I don't even feel like the need to approach. But that might change now that I'm single, so who knows. But I think I'm going to incorporate maybe some more meat into my diet. We'll see, just to see if, like, it'll give me that spark again. Because lately, like, I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even care, but I do want more feminine energy in my life, and I know I got to approach girls. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like lately I have a glow about me, and that's urine therapy, that's, you know, semen retention. It's all that, right? And it might be the vegan thing too. But I have girls checking me out, and I see them, and it's just like I get this hit of validation, but I don't go up and say anything. Now that's not like me. My old self would have 100% said something when a girl looked at me and she checked me out. I would 100% say something. But it's like I'm so happy lately that nothing could be going on and I should be sad, but I'm not sad. And that tells me that I might be a little imbalanced. Cuz think about it like this. What happens when you stop eating meat and you just meditate and you do urine therapy and you know whatever, right? You basically you're filling your own cup with happiness, right? And you don't really need the world to fulfill you. So that's like the meditation path of a monk where he's just like letting go of the earth so he can be this can be his last incarnation. But the problem with that is some of us need more experiences. So you want to find your balance because we came here to experience until it becomes old and we get over it and then we let it go and we go back to source. All right? But you need to know where you're at. See, I don't need to experience getting drunk. 100% I don't. I know what that's like. And most dudes that I see that are actually really, really good with girls, they don't drink at all because they don't need to party anymore to feel like they can be social. And now all they want is the experiences with women. So what they do is they just get really meticulous and really good at freaking attracting women. And what happens is generally in this lifetime they'll settle down with one girl and they'll call it quits. And then probably in their next life they'll be like monks because they've already experienced everything that they could possibly try to ever experience. And that's what happens. It's just a cycle, right? It's a cycle. And I know this, so I let go. And so I have no like weird tension with the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? Like I have no tension when it comes to the opposite sex. But the thing is, I have past trauma with women from, back in the day or from girls when I was younger, right? And I feel like that is even healed in me. Listen, I feel like urine therapy healed me of everything. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Urine therapy cured me of all my past traumas. Urine therapy cured me of everything, guys. Like urine therapy like did it for me. And I think it could go to the point where like it literally says in a couple books that at some point you drink enough pee you can walk on water. You drink enough pee and you get bit by a snake and you don't die. You don't get poisoned. Like this is some next level stuff. But you don't need it to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need to drink pee to get to this level. It's the mindset shift that can literally happen by just getting super present to the moment. Now, eating meat is definitely gonna incorporate some more fear into your reality, but fear is not bad. You know, in that movie Batman Returns, I think it is, where he's trying to climb. No. It's not Batman Returns. It's Batman. It's the one with Bane, the dude with the thing on his face. Batman's trying to climb out of he's basically locked in a prison, but the prison has an open hole in it, and you can literally see the sky, but you can't. You have to climb up the wall. You have to rock climb the wall to get out. But the thing is, you have to most people they wear this rope around their waist to climb this wall, and it's because they're afraid to fall and die. And everybody falls, right? And basically the main thing is what they basically do is or what they basically told Batman is, dude, they all failed because they're using the rope. You know? Like they're using the rope. And the rope is literally attaching them, or it's like so they don't have fear. It gets rid of their fear. But if they get rid of their fear, they don't have what it takes, the motivation, the fire within to literally climb out of, of this little hole. So when fear is there, then like amazing things can happen. And I think somebody once said, I don't remember who exactly it was. I think it was who's that guy that dances in back in the day? Elvis. So I think Elvis said that if he didn't feel butterflies in his stomach, he wouldn't even do the show. You know what I'm saying? Like he wouldn't even do the show. So that tells you like the real magic literally only comes from feeling a little bit of fear. So that's why I might incorporate a little bit more meat in my diet. We'll see. We'll see how that happens. Or I'll just push myself further, regardless of how I feel, and I'll try that too. But it's all about trying different things, guys. Like, it's all about trying different things, right? It's literally about trying different things. Here's what I realized in life. When we help others, we help ourselves. But not only that, guys, when we help others, we gain energy. We gain energy, right? Some people feed off of energy, off of people, like with negativity and stuff. Like they feed off of like, getting a reaction out of people or whatever. But the true energy comes from like giving and being positive and being like um, and having a positive effect on people's lives. So that's how I look at every relationship that I'm in. I'm just here to like fuel, just to be like fuel to their fire, just to benefit them. I don't think about myself in a relationship as much as I think about just giving, because I can come from my highest self, my highest place when I'm in the state of giving, and I don't have to like spend extra energy worrying about myself because I'm in my divine highest self. So every relationship that I'm in, whether it's a relationship with YouTube, like talking to you guys or getting on Instagram lives or whatever, or any business that I'm involved in, I'm just thinking about like, okay, what's the most value I can bring to this relationship, you know? Like, okay, this girl, what can I do to better her life? And from that place, I'm not worried about, what I'm saying, like what's going to go on or anything, because I know that I gave like my best. I put my best intentions in to this relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like I put my best energy into this relationship. Only good can grow from it. And I don't interpret anything as bad. I'm delusional basically when it comes to this stuff. Like when I approach a girl, no matter what happens, no matter what anybody says, no matter what the situation is, I interpret it as good. I interpret it as I came here, I put out good energy into the universe. I approach people and I put out good energy, good intentions, and my only intention was to share these good vibes and this good energy. And some people want it, some people don't. Like right now, I'm on live right now, right? And I'm giving my good energy as best I can, all this like knowledge that is working for me in my life and that's making my life positive. And some people will take it and some people won't. Some people will love what I'm saying right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not doing it just to be liked or just so that people like it. I'm putting it out there because it helped me. And if somebody out there can help, that's awesome. And I know that this ingrains deeper into my brain. When I talk out loud, it ingrains deeper into my brain and it works better for me, right? So it's actually the best way to learn is to teach, right? Is to put it out there. It gets ingrained into your subconscious. Before I was on YouTube, I literally used to just walk around and talk to myself. Like literally just walk around the beach and just talk to myself. Now I get on video and it can help others. So that's what's up. Like, more the merrier. If it's only 5 people listening, I'd still talk. If it's 1 person listening, I'd still talk. I used to just talk to myself, so it's all good. So, from a higher perspective, guys, if you get into a relationship with expecting something or obligations or believing that it's supposed to be one way, that's the toxic. That's where they got you in these belief system traps. Like, belief system traps. Like, listen, when you think a relationship has to be like this, that's why your relationships never work out. I let go of everything. I unlearned everything. I discarded it, threw it away, put it in the trash, whatever. And I literally come into relationships with no expectations. I'm just here to enjoy the moment and love it. And that's what, dude, when I hop on lives, I'm literally just here to enjoy the moment. You feel me? I'm literally loving it. I'm literally loving it every second. Now, it'd be cool if I hop on live with some of you, or maybe some of you would call in. I'm down for that too in the future, for sure. You know? But for real, like, this is like a recipe to win in life, period. You can't lose if you have no expectations, guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, the government does this. Okay, cool. I'm going to make the best out of it. You know, I'm going to make the best out of my situation, whatever I'm in. I look at the government as it's an extension of myself. Like, we're all here creating this simultaneous collective experience, and we all make sure that it's working out perfect for us. Now, watch this. I posted this on Instagram the other day. Nothing is out of order. The whole universe is working in your favor, guys. Believe that. We're all co-creating this collectively because we all need to experience what's happening. It's all being set up perfectly so that we can experience what we are destined, what we need to experience. All right? This is the key right here. Live your life like it's all like everything that ever happens to you is the best thing that could ever possibly happen to you. Act as if that's true, because it is true, guys. And from that place, I promise you, you will win with women. All right? That's big facts, guys. That's big facts. You literally need to not care anymore. As if you were a short, ugly midget and you were going up to approach a stunning, beautiful girl, what everybody thinks is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a fat midget. Who cares? Who cares what they say? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, you notice people that, like, lose a limb or, like, they get paralyzed or whatever. They get so fearless after that. They stop caring, like, what could go wrong and all this stuff. And sometimes you need to psych yourself out. And here's something even crazier. Sometimes you need to, like, get rid of all your friends. Because your friends hold you into this mental place in your head where you're like, oh, I'm worried what they're going to think about me. I don't want to step outside this comfort zone. And you just stay stuck the rest of your life because you think, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need to burn shit to the ground. Like, burn all the bridges. Literally burn everything to the ground, and so you can free yourself. When you're left with nothing, then you literally only have everything to gain. And you can climb back up and make way better friends. But here's the thing that's even scarier about that. You make better friends, and now you're locked in at another level. It's another cap. Unless you make friends who are growing as fast as you and don't care what you think about them, and you don't care what they think about you, that's the perfect friendship. And that only comes when you finally let go of, caring. Literally, not giving a fuck. Not caring about what anybody thinks about you. Third party perspectives, guys. Like, I literally don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have so much love in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see people on Instagram, right? Like, they take pictures and they're always like flipping off the camera, right? They care what these people think about them. So they want to make people think that they don't care. So that people like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can't get the best of me. Like, I don't care. Like, flip them off, right? Like, this toxic energy, like, oh, flip them off. Like, I don't care. You can't get to me. But they already put that energy in. So obviously they did care a certain percentage. The best way to actually not care is to actually not care. And it's a beautiful thing. Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. But, like I said, balance is everything. Balance is key. So, like I said, lately, I've been doing urine therapy, veganism, meditation, all that. And I got to a point where I stopped caring whether or not I was hooking up with girls, whether or not, I'm moving out of my house, whatever. Like I stopped caring about goals. Yes, money's coming in and stuff because it's so easy to manifest. Like all I have to do is like think and like move my hand a little bit, and then I manifest money. But it's like, oh, go out and approach girls, da 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 da. No, you gotta love the process. You gotta love the process of going for more in life, and um, and that is where the balance comes in. So what did I do just now? I just did some deadlifts because I needed higher testosterone. I'm gonna do some squats probably tomorrow. So deadlift, squats. I'm gonna increase my CMOS intake, so I have like more minerals, higher testosterone, and then I'm gonna see if that works. If not, then I'm gonna incorporate more meat in my diet. But um, and test it and try it out. Cause, dude, I'm all about testing things, and seeing where the sweet spot is. There's always a sweet spot, guys. It's never one side or the other. There's always a sweet spot. And because life is all about equilibrium and balance. Like if you look at nature, everything is balanced in nature. How many days am I on NoFap? Or you said how many days on NoFap will show results? 7 days. You'll see results after 7 days. After 15 days, you'll see real results. After 30 days, you're a different person. Urine therapy, you'll see results day one. Day one. Urine therapy, you'll say day one. You'll say day one. You said 90 days and you're golden? Dude, you don't have to go 90 days, bro. You don't have to go 90 days. 90 days is gnarly, though. I have been 90 days. It's awesome, but it's not necessary. All right, like you don't have to go 200 days, like people are saying. Nah, sperm reabsorbs at 15 days. I've seen videos where people talk about 90 days, and they talk about how it's like being topped off. I've seen all of that, those theories, and that might be when your sperm is fully matured. I heard that at day 60, it starts to become almost fully matured. And day 90 is probably when it is fully matured. Which means that when it reabsorbs at that matured level, you'll probably get a bigger impact. Of course. But it's not necessary to go 90 days. So I don't tell people 90 days because then that goal is unreachable for most people. And I don't go 90 days always. Like right at the moment, I think I'm dude, I had a wet dream a few days ago, maybe like 3 days ago now. But I didn't release that much. But it was like at day 20, so I'm probably like, you could say I'm day like 25. But wet dream, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really know. Not really tracking it now. Actually, I think I'm day 23, but the wet dream let out a little bit, so. But I'll still count it 23 because it was only like a drop or like whatever that comes out during the wet dream. You never really release like your whole thing in a wet dream. It's unconscious. It's like it's only like a few drops or whatever. But yeah. The main thing here is the urine therapy, guys, and then I also got some more CMOS today that is mixed with. I got CMOS mixed with burdock, or no, bladder rack and CMOS. It's a mixture. It's a gel. Looks good. It looks good. I'm gonna test that before I go to bed, and I'll be taking that every day, and urine therapy every day. Aged urine for about 3 days, 72 hours. Like I'm telling you, it's gnarly. Also, listen, my face. A few days ago, or no, yesterday, I came on here and I had a bunch of red marks on my face. You guys saw that? I don't know if you guys saw that. Look at that. They're basically healing. Like it's already healed in 1 day. How did I do that? Saliva. Saliva heals wounds. I literally put spit on my face. And then I've also put urine on my face today. But yeah, it literally healed everything. I was like, what? I woke up like, what? It's all healed. It's crazy. We are healing machines. That's what we are. Ancient cultures literally use saliva to heal wounds. Saliva heals. Check us out. Oral mucosa heals faster than skin, suggesting that saliva may have properties that aid wound and healing. Yep. Antibacterial, promotes healing. Yeah, listen. Always look at what the ancient cultures did, because our history was stolen from us, guys. That's why. The elite took everything from us. They literally changed everything on us. All right? So look at what the ancient cultures are telling us. We need to go back in time. I'm reading some shit on Instagram. Crazy. Whoa. Gnarly. So anyways, guys, that is it, you know? Learn to let go. Learn to let go. Learn to not give a fuck. Learn to realize that this is all temporary. You own nothing. Go for more. Go for more experiences. Go and experience everything. Don't if you listen, if you don't hold yourself back because of all that fear and caring, I promise you, you will experience more than you ever thought you could. More than you ever thought you deserved. For real. And then what will happen is you won't give a fuck about any of it. You'll realize it was all nothing. See, you make it a big deal because you haven't had it. But I promise you, if you don't make it a big deal, you'll have it because it's not a big deal. You can only, listen to me closely on this, you can only experience that which you are on the same frequency of. And I promise you, it's all not a big deal. So once you're on the frequency of realizing it's all not a big deal, and you have that energy about you, you will experience everything. And it won't be a big deal. So you can only have it. Listen to me closely on this. You can only have it if you realize it's not a big deal. Then you might think, well, then I can't really enjoy it, and da-da-da-da. And yeah, that's the game of life. See, here's the thing. So you might get a little taste of something if you think it's amazing, but it will always elude you, and you'll stay chasing it this life, and then probably into the next life, and then into the next life, and into the next life, till you finally realize it's all no big deal, and then you get to experience it, everything, the full amount of everything. And then you really realize it's no big deal. And then you let it all go and you go back to source. And that is the cycle of life. And you might want a balance of thinking things are still amazing. Listen, if you just think like everything is like no big deal, then like you wouldn't even chase it anymore. You know, like, but there's no point of chasing things when it just comes to you anyways. So you'll still have everything. You'll still be wealthy. You'll still be abundant. You just won't make it a big deal. And does that mean you would enjoy it less? Not really. You know, in my last relationship, which I'm still pretty much in, but we're just separated at the moment, like, what I experienced with her was like things that I would only dream about before. And like while you're doing it, like, okay, while you're having sex in the best way possible that you can imagine, you're trying just not to come the whole time. And then you become numb to it, so it doesn't even really make you want to come anymore, right? But then it's less amazing because it's not making you come. And then how do you think people end up just getting addicted to BDSM and doing weird sexual shit? Is because it always gets boring. So I'm telling you, just cut to the end and realize that it's all boring. And you can experience it if you stop making it a big deal. And then you can realize that it wasn't even that big of a deal to begin with, and then you're at peace. But you can still go for more and experience new things, because there's always more to experience in this life. Like, you can't, like, experience everything. But in your mind, you can. So, like, you know, what is the point of life then? At some point, That thought will come into your head. And I'm telling you, sometimes you will come to a life in one of your lives where there's no point of any of it anymore and you meditate your whole life. That's what monks do. A monk chooses to be a monk because in this incarnation, he's done. He's over it. He doesn't need to experience anything. He doesn't need to have sex. He doesn't need to get married. He doesn't need to get validation. He doesn't need to get money. He doesn't feel it anymore. He's over it. And so he's just going to show to himself that he doesn't need it. And that is a really brave choice. And I applaud monks for that. However, it's not my time to be a monk yet, and it might not be your time either. So, know thyself. Where are you at right now? Let go. Let go of everything that you don't need, that doesn't serve you. The fears, the anxieties, the putting things on pedestals. And go and experience everything so you can let it go. Nothing's a big deal. Act as if nothing matters, because it doesn't. Stop giving a fuck. And go have fun. And go live in the moment. And go fuck some things up. Like, go make a fool of yourself. Go make things messy, right? It's from that place, that's that sweet zone, that's that where anything could happen zone. That's that zone where you actually enjoy things, but they don't have you, they don't attach to your soul, they don't, you know what I'm saying, grasp you. It doesn't get icky, you know? You don't get that low feeling, that crash. You stay level, you stay balanced, and guys, we all have a bright future ahead of us, every single one of us. Doesn't matter if you're being negative, it doesn't matter about none of that. Listen, I'm telling you, we all end up back at source. So enjoy the ride, guys, and realize where you're at right now in this life, and live to your fullest potential. And it might be a different potential from your other lives. It might be a different potential from somebody else's lives. So don't compare yourself to anybody except who you were yesterday. And on that note, guys, I'm out. Peace.